if you are doing that from,
not get into a debate.
yeah, if that is from the perspective of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar, then that's it. And also, by the way, in social media, because maybe someone would come and argue that in Islam, it's the Sunnah is that you give the nasiha in private.
Okay, so just message the person.
No, but that is the argument here is that people who go into social media, they already subject themselves into public. If I post a video, so I'm already reaching everyone. So in return, I have to accept that everyone is reaching to me in public. I didn't send this video to individual, so I would argue with them, why did you correct me in public and bring up the video that I sent it to you? But I did post it in a page that has thousands of people. So do I expect, logically, common sense, do I expect that people would attend me? Because we have this, for example, arguments regards Wali al-Amr. Like, how do you advise Wali al-Amr? Let's say a ruler or a president in Islam, because a lot of people say no, it's haram, is that you, it's not permissible to publicly speak to them. You should go to them into private. But then the situation, when you look at it, doesn't make sense, because the common sense is that, let's say I become celebrity and famous, so I have to know that that comes with the prize that people would correct me in public as well. So that's where our correction is correct if we are doing it from the perspective of Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahy al Munkar, not is just because of jealousy or because of our own self-interest, or we just there is the mas'ala has different opinions or vast like there is details, and then we make it like it sounds like one way. But if it's a clear haram, then of course we comment to them. Like a lot of here, I see that, for example, a Muslim celebrity suddenly he produce a very bad song or something that, so people would comment to him and say to him, "You are a Muslim. How do you dance like that? Or how you do like this?" And in public, in comments. So this is, I believe, this is a wajib. Actually, is an obligatory, but it must be done with the right intention. So to make sure that there is no self-interest in what we do, in correcting them. Because Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi al Munkar, enjoining good and forbidding evil, is not a recommended act. It's actually a compulsory act. Where Western culture and civilization have changed that in us, in Muslims, telling us that you just mind your own business. This is everyone has his own private life. You have no right to go and speak to people.
Even in the Malay culture, there's a saying like,
Yeah.
Your grave is your grave, my grave is my grave.
Yeah, it's actually, this is all coming from the West. Same in my countries, same thing. So doesn't matter, your neighbor is dying or doing whatever, just leave him alone. You don't speak to him, which is in Islam is not correct. In Islam, we have to choose the right time and the right circumstances, and then give our nasiha, because this is we have to do it from a good heart. But we should not do it in public or in a way that people would become even worse, or in a way that it make the situation even worse than what it is. We have to study the case. So every case, every individual is different. So every one of them has different dynamic, and every one of them have their right time and good time. Some of them, maybe, let's say our children, I just assume that, let's say, maybe they would understand more with the mother feeling, for example, when you are advising them. But with a sibling is different ways, because you are in the same level with them. So it has to come with a different approach, and so on. But sometimes in the comments, the problem is that you cannot put your emotion there. So you have to be very careful on what to write. Like most of the fights that I see, even a lot of people say they fight in the WhatsApp or in the messaging. Why? Because always your sentence is misunderstood, because it comes to the person, yes, to the person without face emotions, without your voice be heard. So that's why you have to be careful when you are dealing in media, is that it has to be sound right. Maybe a lot of emojis. Assalamu alaikum.